What is going on, you beautiful people? Well, right now, no diving. I know what you're thinking. I haven't had an underwater episode in like a week now, but there's a monsoon outside and I probably can't even dive tomorrow. So I thought I would take advantage of this beautiful background studio that I built a while ago and I haven't been using, and just share some of my thoughts with you guys about my travel plans around the Philippines in 2021. So if you're anything like me, you probably have a lot of wanderlust and you're just looking at maps like, I'm gonna go there and 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 there, and it's just a million places you want to go. And that's what I do pretty much every day. I just want to go everywhere. And these videos don't help because I get you guys, every time I'm making a video, you're like, oh, what about this place? You missed this place. Do you even travel? What about this place? So you guys giving me even more for my to-do list. So in this video, I'm going to tell you 5 destinations around the Philippines that I really want to travel to in 2021 when all this lockdown stuff is finished. And you know what? I know some of you aren't scuba divers, so I might throw in a couple places that are not about scuba diving at all. So there you go. Alright, let's get going, shall we?
Critter Hunter.
Hey Justin, how come you haven't been to Romblon? Hey Justin, come visit us in Romblon. We have the nudie break you've been searching for. I know, I hear you. I had full plans on visiting Romblon this year before the pandemic, and I'm so sad that I haven't been there yet. But you guys, Romblon, that is, I dare say, top of my list for locations that I haven't visited and that I want to visit in the Philippines. If you're not a diver, this is also an awesome place for you. This is a paradise island just north of Boracay, south of the Batangas maybe, and it's just a really beautiful island with white sand beaches, cliff jumping, like, you know, jumping off the cliffs, and just amazing sceneries. But on top of all that, of course, for me, is some really spectacular diving, underwater biodiversity, and amazing species. So one of the species that is really high on my list of things I want to see and film in the wild is the Couleon nudie break, or what we like to call the skeleton nudie. And I thought I would find it in Anilao, and I didn't. So I got a lot of you guys messaging me saying we now have them all over Romblon. We even have a spot where we know they're at, where they're guaranteed. So you can come here and film them. Hey, if you guys can guarantee one of my bucket list critters to film, I'm there. So Romblon, I'm coming for you next year.
Number 2.
Next up is Bohol, and I know you guys are probably super disappointed in me because I'm a scuba blogger based in the Philippines, even based in the Visayas. I can see Bohol from here almost on a clear day, and I haven't been anywhere on the island. So that's where the chocolate hills are for you travelers out there. That's where you can find the little tarsier monkey thing, really cute. But for divers, this is like a must visit area, so I have to go there. Now, this is a really broad statement, oh, go to Bohol, because it's a huge island. It's like me telling you to go to Negros. It's huge. So, of course, there's Panglao, there's Alona, and of course, Balagsag Island, which people are saying is one of the best dive sites in the whole country, which is probably means in the whole world. There's Couleon Island, which they're saying is amazing as well. But in January, before this pandemic, and we knew that we were gonna get locked down, I was making plans with a dive resort on the other side of Bohol in Anda. where they have incredible muck diving, awesome little macro critters and rare species, but they're also doing a reef planting project over there. So I was planning on going there, planning and filming, you know, making a whole series about planting reef. So as soon as this is over, I am heading to Anda and Balikasag and Cabello and Alona. I'm just gonna go everywhere in Bohol, basically.
Number 3.
Next up, somewhere that I'm sure you're again surprised that I haven't been to, but Porto Galera. I know, I can't believe I haven't been there either. But to be honest, it's right near Anilao, and it feels like Anilao's little brother, or little sister, or bigger sister, I don't know. And so when I was doing a tour of Philippines the last time and I made that documentary about dive locations in the Philippines, I wanted something different for every location, and I had to choose between Anilao and Porto Galera, and I just went to Anilao, which was an awesome decision. It's great. But now you guys are yelling at me, you gotta get to Porto Galera, it's the best ever. So yeah, I agree, I gotta get to Porto Galera. Porto Galera is not only awesome topside with the white beaches, in fact I think there's a beach called White Beach, but the topside beauty, it's a huge expat community, tons of people there. I know guys that own dive centers there from the UK. It's an awesome location, even if you're not a diver. But for a diver, there's sharks, there's reefs, there's shoals, and it's also an awesome jumping off point for places like Verde Island, which I heard huge awesome things, and I didn't get to go there from Anilao, so I really want to go to Verde Island. You could also get to Apple Reef, which don't confuse it with Apple Island, which is by me here in Darwin. Apple Reef is way offshore from Porto Galera area, and it's supposed to be one of the greatest reefs in the country.
Number 4.
Okay, we have to talk about Palawan next. I've been to Palawan. Everybody knows about Palawan, but do you really know Palawan? Because Palawan is enormous, and most people know about El Nido and Couleon, maybe Port Barton, and I've been to those 3 places, and I feel like I missed so much more that I could be doing in Palawan. Now, so Palawan doesn't need any introduction. Divers, non-divers alike know all about north, south, all over the islands of Palawan. It's one of the most amazing landscapes in the world, and everybody should go there once. But for me, I feel like I missed out on some really remote, awesome, undiscovered dive locations. To be more specific, I'd actually like to dive around the south, near Puerto Princesa, the capital. I hear there's a lot of dive sites that really only hardcore divers go to, because most people land in Puerto Princesa and take off straight to El Nido, or just fly on to Couleon or whatever. But there's some dive sites like Walls and Drift and Sharks or Cuttlefish Shoal. There's a lot of cool stuff around there, and I really want to explore there. As for the north and the islands around Couleon, when I went to Couleon, the only thing I heard of is shipwrecks. There's a whole fleet of shipwrecks sunk in Couleon, and that's what I went there for. That's all I knew about. I dove all these shipwrecks, and it was amazing. But if I look at the map of Couleon, of Busuanga, there's 1,000 islands. There has to be amazing diving everywhere. So I got in touch with some other underwater videographers that work at dive centers and stuff around that area. And I talked to a guy that dives on Couleon Island. So let me tell you a little bit of history of Couleon Island. Back in the 30s and maybe before that, Couleon Island was a leopard colony. It was called the Couleon Leopard Colony. And of course that's where when the American government took over, they took all the lepers, people infected with leprosy, and maybe even their families, and banished them to this one country, or this one island in northern Palawan. So, you know, they were there until somebody found a cure for leprosy. But now, it's just a super remote island, untouched, awesome, and apparently the diving there is insane. It's second to none. It's like El Nido, but without the people, without the diver impact and tourism impact. I'm seeing so many awesome species, from blue ring octopus, wonderpuss, flamboyant cuttlefish, all the rare crabs and shrimp and everything that I look for. And then big stuff like whale sharks, black tip, white tip, silver tip, lure sharks, everything you can think of, they're finding around Couleon Island and all the other islands between El Nido and Couleon. So I would love to just go there and explore it all. Maybe on a liveaboard, maybe on my own, island hopping, I don't know. But either way, I just know that that area has some awesome stuff for me to see and film for you guys. I gotta get there.
Number 5.
Alright, I already know I talked about Bohol, and I mentioned a lot of dive sites and islands off of Bohol, and I almost mentioned this one, but so many of you guys are hitting me up, comments, emails, pigeons, text messages, everything I can think of, and tell me, why not Camiguin Island? What about Camiguin Island? You're an underwater videographer based in Philippines. You haven't been to Camiguin Island. Even Finn Snow loves Camiguin Island. Everybody and their mom is telling me I need to go to Camiguin Island. So it's on the list. After you guys hounded me for so long, I had to go look it up. I had to watch other videos, Google it, get all the information, and you're right, I need to get to Camiguin Island and do some diving. So it's a small island just off Bohol. You can get there from Cebu City, or probably anywhere in Cebu, or from Tagbilaran or anywhere in Bohol too. But it's a really beautiful place. If you're not a diver, go check it out. Stay on the beach, stay in a resort, just chill for a weekend or whatever. But if you are a diver, apparently you can see just about everything there, especially for those guys who love big, beautiful reefs, reefscapes with all the beautiful little reef fish and turtles and maybe some little white tip sharks. I don't know. It looks really, really beautiful, so I gotta get there. So what do you guys think? Do you think these are awesome lists for where I should go after the pandemic? And if so, would you be looking forward to, 4 or 5 episodes, me showing you what it's like and what species are in each location? Let me know. And of course, like usual, let me know in the comments below what I missed, what I should have been talking about. I know, Subic Bay, I know, I hear you. Okay, so just let me know what you guys think. What's the best dive site in the Philippines? I'd love to hear from you. Alright? Thank you guys so much for watching. Consider joining the Patreon team. And I love you. Bye. If you like this video, you'll probably like either of these two, so click one and enjoy. See you guys on the next one.